May 26th, good morning from Europe. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, guys. Piotr here, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel, and we are going to make an update the very beginning of the week. If you remember, yesterday, US, UK, been on holiday, so really, we are getting back into the market today. We are going to discuss the current dollar move, and we are going to discuss indices during our afternoon update. So without the further delay, let's have a look what we have when it comes to the dollar charts. Okay, so let's start with euro dollar. Let's start with the daily chart. And as you can see, the move is quite significant right here, right now. We took out, yesterday high, very narrow range yesterday, but what is more important, we took out the Friday high, and we are approaching, when it comes to the closing prices, we are approaching to the previous week high, and then also the upper shadows. Now, still we can treat it as a range, right? The thing is, if you remember, lately when it comes to the end of the month flow, dollar was losing the ground, then recovered very nicely. Is it going to be the same story this time? Well, we will see. I'm still exposed to the dollar long position in case of break to the upside when it comes to the euro dollar, in case of the upside break when it comes to the pound, Aussie dollar. That's what we are going to discuss. I might be forced to liquidate. Anyway, we have to ask the question, very important question, if there is an end of the coronavirus problems, and well, everything is going back to the normal. Well, the thing is that we have two different worlds right now. Okay, the one is the real world, right, where the people are accumulating the cash, the checks been spent to buy some stocks, but that's probably those guys are gonna to be wrecked, and the most important thing when it comes to the real life is the thing related to the information we are getting lately, right? For example, Mike Ryan's WHO says world is right in the middle of the first wave of the pandemic. We might get second peak in that first wave. That's the crucial thing. That's the number one. Number two, I got it yesterday. It's going to be worth to confirm, because actually I've seen in a quite respectable news services more than 19 countries request IMF bailout. Yes. So that's the very good reason. That's the very good reason for stocks to go even higher from here, right? Come on, yes, we have 90 countries close to the bankruptcy. So yeah, that's the very positive signal for stocks. Anyway, that's also the very good reason to sell the dollar. Come on. Anyway, we have to follow what we have on the chart, otherwise, well, we are gonna be in trouble. So we know where we are when it comes to the euro dollar from the daily chart perspective. Let's switch a little bit lower. Let's have a look what we have when it comes to the intraday, right? And here I like what I see, taking into the consideration this possible over under, right? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna to make a little bit of the changes like this, right? And that's my first level to watch when it comes to the euro dollar. There is one more level I'm going to watch very carefully, and the level is above 110. If you remember from the daily chart, right, there is a possible stop count, and I'm watching something between 110 150 when it comes to the daily close, right? So don't forget about this spike higher. There is some kind of the liquidity pools, I do believe, might be targeted today, tomorrow, right? So the ideal situation would be to see weaker dollar over the course of the next, let's say, 12 to 24 hours. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so eventually there is a chance to see like a midweek reversal. Anyway, what I'm talking about is this type of the price action. So you know, the stop count, and as you can see there is another zone, and I'm gonna to place that zone here for you as well. Works ideally with this 1, 2, 3 eventually, right? So to be honest with you, that's what I'm looking for. And well, if we are going to get there, I would like to see strong rejection. So you know, nothing has changed, to be honest with you. So we will see. Anyway, when it comes to the buying, so the opposite to what we discussed, I see two levels. If we are going to see 109.30, right? We didn't retest that one, or if we are going to see retest of that consolidation, right? In that case, I'm talking about the possible over under, and we didn't test that one, right? So some kind of the liquidity pool here. Well, the only thing I like with this, it was the retest of this latest weakness to the downside, right? And then rally of that level. So sellers, I'm looking for 110 and then higher towards 110.30, and buyers somewhere around 930 and then lower down below 109 towards 108.80 when it comes to the euro dollar, right? So to the next one, dollar yen. Well, sorry guys, my neighbors are moving, so a little bit of the noise around. Anyway, dollar yen, well, trying to, you know, go even higher. We hold 106.80, right? And we trying to challenge the stops above 108.25, and that's gonna be very important. What's going to happen in case we are going to see the test of 108.25? What kind of the market reaction we are going to get? You know, from the Japan there is a probably the extension of the emergency. There is there are information from the people around the Bank of Japan that more stimulus is going to be needed. Of course, this type of the stuff we hear very often when it comes to the Japan, when it comes to the yen. But anyway, yen is a little bit weaker. So what I'm looking for, what I'm waiting for when it comes to the dollar yen. Well, when it comes to the buyers, there are two levels, and first thing first is this trend line. Right now it's around 107.50. Okay, that's the first very important thing when it comes to the buying. All right, and that's also related to the weekly open, so it's also significant, right? Because of the weekly open. So that's the confluence here we see. Then if we are going to see attempt to break, then I think we might challenge the stops below here, all right? And so 106.80 might be in play here again when it comes to the dollar yen, all right? So two levels, weekly open, so levels around 107.50 when it comes to the buying, and 106.80 when it comes to the selling. The levels we discussed above 108.20.25, okay, 108.25, and what I would like to see there would be some kind of the if we are trying to visualize this, right, like this. So attack, upper shadow, maybe 108.50, rejection, and close below the daily close below, creating the possible hidden supply here, in my opinion, when it comes to the dollar yen. And the next one in that case is going to be cable, and strong move back above 122.20, right? We are getting back inside the old consolidation we discussed, all right? So now 50% of that consolidations, levels close to 24.50, maybe 25, could be in place. In case we are going to hit that levels, the next one is the stop count above 26.50, right? there is a possibility we are going to see some kind of the supply based on one-to-one correction over here and confluence to the mid of the range, so 24.50. I'm gonna be watching carefully, right? So we are above the weekly open, we are above previous week open, so quite a few things are positive here. The question is if it's just the end of the month profit taking when it comes to the short cable, or we are going to see something new, right? Very interesting. When it comes to the sellers, we know that the levels close to 24.50. When it comes to the buying, the things, well, I like this latest weakness over here. All right, so looks like the buyers and this untested around 22.20. Okay, so this Riley or latest weakness. Now also it's very possible with this current move to the upside that we might just test, right, the 50% of that old consolidation level, right? So a little bit more aggressive buyers around 22.70, 22.50 when it comes to the cable. Don't forget that the UK are being hit, and it's visible right now by the COVID. Also, the things related to the Brexit are not going the way they would expect. So overall, we see dollar weakness this morning. The thing is that that's the $1 million question. If it's related to the end of the month flow, like some partial profit taking when it comes to the long dollar position, or if it's something bigger and we are going to see some changes when it comes to the June. All right, so guys, that was my pleasure. That's what we discussed here, three majors: euro dollar, dollar yen, and the cable. I'm going to get back to you with the afternoon update. We are going to have discussion about the indices. Don't be trapped, guys. Good luck and see you around. Take care and goodbye.